Looking for help with course design and installations? A new disc or other accessories for your game? Well, OzDiscs has a huge range of all disc golf equipment in stock. 5% of each sale goes back to support your local club through their rewards program. Also, did we mention they have next day shipping? Well, jump online and check out OzDiscs now at www.ozdiscs.com.au. For over 10 years, the Flying Disc Store has stocked Australia's largest range of flying disc products. From disc golf discs and bags to ultimate frisbees, throw and catch discs and dog discs, the Flying Disc Store has everything you need. As part of our support of the Tee-Off, the Flying Disc Store would like to provide Tee-Off listeners with 5% off any purchase in the store. Just use the code TEEOFF5 when checking out to get your discount. Visit www.flyingdiscstore.com.au today to grab a deal. And if you have any questions, be sure to contact their friendly staff. And welcome back to the Tee-Off, an Australian podcast about the awesome sport of disc golf. This is episode 84. My name is Paddy Robinson and I'm in the studio with Timmy Bowen. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good, Paddy. I'm crashing back down to reality. I'm back in Victoria. I missed the 20 degrees, no wind, no rain weather that we had in Queensland, and back to the misery of Geelong.
Well, I'm glad misery loves company, mate, so I'm glad you're back.
Mate, I came back and I'm like, I'm going to practice disc golf every day. I was fully motivated, and then I look at the window and it was 4 o'clock yesterday. It looked like it was 9:30 p.m. and Armageddon was ensuing. I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah. Vic's a great place to live, people. Yeah. And then we're also joined by Ash Wada.
G'day, boys.
Welcome back, Ash.
Cheers. Thanks for having me. Patrick, how are you?
I'm good, mate. Less train troubles today. Not no train trouble. But less train trouble.
Slightly less train troubles. I got to Footscray Station. I thought I'd try and cut out the middle-man, get away from Southern Cross, and there were no trains running. Hadn't been any for 3 hours. But I got here.
Yeah. Good people that run the trains in Victoria. Yeah.
When are we going to get you back and we actually train up to your place to do the podcast?
Yeah. Hey, you're more than welcome. There's been a lot of voices recorded in my place over the last month. So,
enough about your OnlyFans, mate. We could totally go up and maybe if we get invited to what is it, Park Clubhouse?
The Clubhouse, if we ever do it again. Yeah,
you've been invited to that, haven't you, Tim?
I have. I've been on there. Yep.
Yeah. Have I? Oh, no.
Not yet, no.
Yeah, right, great.
Not yet. No.
Not now, anyway.
Always welcome, Paddy. If we ever do the Clubhouse again, we'll schedule in an invite.
Well, I feature in. I've got a few lamb shanks, so I'll feature enough on that. So that's all I need. All right, so got a pretty fun episode planned, but before we get into some news, we just wanted to reflect on last episode. We did talk a little bit about the Westgate Cup there, and I heard from Ballarat, Tim.
Okay.
So Reese is like the spokesman of Ballarat, and I'm happy to call him that, but he's also a big friend of the pod. He is of the opinion that if we were going to do Westgate Cup again, that it should be Ballarat, Geelong and Inverleigh combined together to verse Melbourne. Now, he's also put a query of Melton and Stoney, but all of them, the 5 versus Melbourne, because he reckons, Ballarat has to cross all the same bridges that Geelong has to. So, yeah.
All right, Reece, I'm fine to do that. We're going to pick our best players, and I bet you it's basically just Geelong anyway. Maybe Nath Parrish, actually. No, he's popping off, Nath Parrish.
He had a good Queensland Open. We'll get to that a bit later as well. But, I thought we'd throw that out there. So, I haven't heard from Melbourne. There's been no comment from Melbourne, and I haven't been sick in the last week, so I haven't listened to Thrillers.
I think on behalf of Melbourne, boys, I'm comfortable saying this. Bring it on. We accept the challenge. We'll meet you anywhere.
Do you want us to wait for Diros and Leo Dykes to come back from Europe?
Yeah.
Oh, there. Yeah.
You didn't think about that, did you?
And next, we better check with Perry as well when he's available, when the schedule commits.
Maybe we can ask him because he is jumping on the phone a little bit later on as well. So,
wow,
stacks of stuff to get through. Let's get straight into some news.
What's news around the world, around Australia? What's news? What's happened and who's spoken?
All right, so there's been quite a few tourneys on the Pro Tour. We haven't really watched any of it.
Mate, we need to go way back to USWDGC though, because Evelina won the comp, but that wasn't the major story to come out of that one.
No.
There
was another large, thick story to come out.
Mate, she won a fair dinkum dick for the trophy. There's no beating around the bush. As soon as she got awarded
that thing beat around the bush. Mate.
Everyone's like, oh, it's a Lighthouse. I was like, why is it so veiny?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I've never seen a Lighthouse with a Bellend, you know?
Oh,
fair
mate.
dinkum. Look, if you're making a trophy for any comp, but particularly like a women's national event, stay away from things that are phallic shaped.
Yeah.
That should be the number one priority.
Yeah.
Honestly, what happened there?
I tell you what, I thoroughly enjoyed all of the memes that came out.
My favourite one was the guy that said, "Oh, my wife's won 3 of those trophies. She doesn't even play."
My favourite was the scene from Austin Powers when it's like, it looks like a giant. Johnson. Dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
I went straight to the comments on that. My partner's
straight to
not
the
into
comments.
disc golf, but I thought it might be a good way to get her into it.
Oh,
and
mate.
she loved it. The best one we found was it really brings a new meaning to winner takes it all.
Yeah.
I just thought it just makes way more sense every time I accidentally say dick golf.
Yeah.
That was fair dinkum dick golf.
Yeah. Poor Evelina. She's done a run there and she really got shafted. I'm done.
All right, we promised it would be 30 seconds of jokes.
It's the only time I'll allow for dick jokes when
Yeah.
it's genuinely relevant to the content. But my word. I mean, we got to give Evelina kudos, though. She got the win. 1 stroke ahead of Cadence Burge and Hayley King. So
Yeah, man, and Cadence having an absolute stellar year. It's been unreal. Do you see Kristen Latt a little bit down the list? I think Kristen was really pushing the envelope early in the piece, but has really struggled these last couple of events, and not sure if there's a bit of a physical thing going on or if it's a bit more mental, but Evelina is just finding her stride, so bloody good to see, because she's been on the verge for so many years. Everyone's been talking about that putting. We know she's an amazing disc golfer, so it's good to see her getting through whatever has been not working and absolutely slaying some of these events. I think we saw in the FP40, Jennifer Allen got the win after going to a playoff with Holly Finley, which is pretty cool there. Juliana Korver in the FP50 takes the win by 1 stroke over Kim Gianola. FP55, Nova Polite gets a win. FP60, Chrissa Cleary. FP65, Laurie Cloys Chumpa. And then goes down into the amateur divisions, but we don't have time to get through all that because there's about 20 divisions on there, which is amazing to see for the Women's Disc Golf Championships.
all the way down to the FJ10s, if you don't mind.
Yeah. And all really well populated, well stocked as well. Huge competition in each division. It was great to watch.
One day we'll get there in Australia, surely.
Yeah.
Maybe. We're still just waiting on Tassie to get one consistent, so...
Well, maybe if we start giving out trophies like that.
Maybe. All right, then, Paddy, then where do we move over to next? We've got the 2025 European Disc Golf Championship presented by Latitude 64 over in Norway.
Look, it was pretty cool. I did catch a little bit of this, but again, I didn't get to sit down and watch the whole thing. It's a bit of the one good thing about European disc golf is that the women come on quite early, so we can watch that, but the men are overnight, so usually it's the reverse of what happens in the US. I didn't really watch much of the men at all, but got to watch a bit more of the women. So shout out to the women first. Evelina Salonen wins
Playoff.
Playoff.
Seeing the same score,
with,
3 down.
with
Yeah.
Kristen.
Look at the scores: 3 down for Evelina, 3 down for Kristen, and 15 over for Henna.
Yeah.
Goodness me.
Which pretty insane. Like the notable thing I would say about this whole event was the weather. If you want to go back and watch this, really, you just have to jump on Instagram and go have a look through because the weather was insane, insanely windy, insanely miserable looking conditions, and I think most of the focus was on that one peninsula
Oh
hole.
my word!
Where
Who was it? That girl got absolutely shafted.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if you got a bit of PTSD looking at that, Timmy.
Mate, that was. I mean, you just call disc golf off when it gets to that point. She couldn't get the disc in the basket from a meter, and then she's trying to tap in from about after her 1 meter tap in bounced out and rolled back to 3 meters. She then gets it out nice and flat, jams it at the basket. It gets lifted and it's in the water 30 meters.
Yeah.
Actually, I know we talked a bit about wind a couple of episodes ago, but one thing I didn't comment on it then, and I haven't really seen much of it here, but there
It sucks.
is one. Yeah, it does suck. But one thing you can do is turn your disc upside down, and I do not see a lot of people do that, but that is a good way to navigate wind. Maybe that would have saved 10.
I don't know if I've tried that.
strokes,
Does that actually
but-
work?
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
The most amazing thing I've ever seen is Dave Felberg putting with his putter upside down in crazy wind conditions and jamming putts, putting like you would normally would.
Explain.
inside the circle.
What's the physics behind this? Why does that work?
Well, I guess the wind is not getting under your disc and then just sending it. It can't get trapped. So the disc, it loses all kind of glide. You've got to really change the way that you do putt.
Okay.
Kind of almost like a bit of a Barsby kind of putt, and it dives in. But yeah, hey, it works. Next
Might
time
take
you're
some
in
practice. So
Yeah.
Even just for a layup, because we saw with that, we don't know the name of the girl putting on the peninsula, but she tried to lay up at one point, and she got the old Blakey Houston, disc wobbled up, rolls back down. So I think it was Ross Davies at Melbourne Celebrates, sliding it up there, upside down, works a treat.
I remember seeing Eagle putt with his FD3s at different times.
Yeah.
That's probably the tactic I would go for is just 2 or 3
Stable
meters,
up,
just
yeah.
go to the 9.
Just beef dog,
Yeah, why not? Something that's going to handle it, something you can just throw hard and it's not going to get lifted.
Yeah. But yeah,
Certainly what happens when I power up on my FD3.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool from the FPO and some pretty impressive play from Evelina in those conditions with a few 1,000 rated rounds in there. Then over to the MPO, it was much less exciting with Nicholas Antilla winning by 16. Yes, 16 strokes. I'm not sure what that tournament average is, but that looks very, very healthy. Let's have a quick squeeze. Goodness me, because there's a few 10-10 rounds in that.
1073, if you don't
1073.
mind. 16 shots ahead of Timu. That's
Far out,
insane.
man. I mean, there's a lot of really bloody good players on there as well. Timo, we got to meet. Was it Timo? No.
Yeah, Timo Hartman.
Timo. Yeah, Hartman.
Played Worlds. You got an
Latitude
ace.
player, got an ace. Actually, did we see Evelina got an ace on the par 4 as well? Yeah.
That was a sick ace.
That was a sick ace.
Proper, 130 meters downhill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was going miles OB.
Yeah.
Lucky the basket got in the way.
But yeah, Timo ticks in second, Christian Quoxa at third, and Nut van Halland coming in fourth, which is pretty cool. But I think...
A lot of names on that list.
Yeah, a lot of names. And the only other thing I was going to say about the European Championships, you can't play them unless you're European. And I love that. I love that. And I kind of want to see that adopted by the Aussie champs.
Are we European? As Australians, are we European?
I don't know if we could play.
We're in Eurovision, right?
Is it European as in just non-American or actually in Europe?
In Europe? Ash is right. If we can get into Eurovision, maybe there can be an Australian entrant into the European champs. But anyway, I digress. I would like to see it happen at the Aussie champs.
Aussies only.
Yeah, Aussies only. And I would say New Zealand's. You can have those Kiwis.
Can we kick out the traders like Huss?
The turncoats.
Well,
She committed blatant treason.
she did at the World Disc Golf Champs.
Yeah.
Team champs. Anyway,
Yeah, it'd be good.
I'll be interested to hear people's thoughts. But yeah, European champs. Pretty cool. Next one, Discmania Challenge. I didn't watch this, but I have just a couple of notes from it. We had two first winners. So Ezra Adderhold gets his first elite win.
That was huge. It was so sick seeing the celebrations.
Yeah.
I saw Brody post a picture of it saying there's going to be so many beans consumed out of that trophy.
I was going to say, like, if there was a poster boy of the PDGA, would it be Ezra? Or would he be the centerfold? I don't know.
I mean, he'd be the centerfold because, like, he's the 0.001% of disc golfers.
Yeah.
No one looks like him. More people look like Josh Anthon than Ezra Adderhold.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
If I'm seeing that when I look up PDGA and I look up disc golf and I'm saying that's what I've got to look like to win an event, I'm not picking up a frisbee. I'm not
if
doing
you
that.
see Nate Doss, then you're like, I can beat.
I'm like, I already
This
do
guy's
that.
a world champ.
Yeah. Where's your world championship, Ezra? But it was fantastic for me to see Ezra win. After he's come close so many times, I feel like over the last couple of years, he's been there last round, last 9, and beefed it, or just hasn't been able to hang on. So yeah, really great to see him hang on. And yeah, I think we won't forget that celebration for some time.
Yeah.
Hammy's in second place, tied with Evan Smith, rounding out the podium. That's
and like you look at
good
all the
youngsters.
scores in the top 10, a lot of really close. It's like 7 strokes within the top 10. There's a lot of ties there. So yeah, awesome course, good to see, and it's there's some healthy. There's some brilliant plays in there, like Gannon, Isaac Robinson. So it wasn't just a bit of a lesser event, get the win. I mean, he's smashing some excellent disc golfers. So huge props to Ezra there. And then over to the FPO, we did have another first winner in Cadence Burge. She got the chocolates by 3 strokes. One really cool thing about this, there's quite a lot, but her second round, she shoots a 10:30 rated round, which I'm not sure what the highest round is for a female disc golfer, but that's got to be up there. I'm going to say that's top 10.
And she's rated 965 herself, so
Yeah.
that's an enormous round.
That's elite. And her dad, I'm not sure exactly where her dad lives, but he lives quite a fair way away. He saw what happened after the second round. She was in the lead, and he thought, nah, bugger this. I'm jumping in the car. I'm on my way. I'm going to get there and watch it. Put a bit more pressure on Cadence, I think, seeing dad's all the way here. But she got the chocolates in the end, and that celebration at the end was pretty awesome to watch as well. A few tears, lots of feels. Good to see her get a big win because she's been playing excellent golf.
Ahead of Holland Hanley, no less.
Yes.
I think she had Robbie C Disc Golf, the YouTuber, on her bag too, Cadence Burge, for that tournament, which got to help.
Yeah.
Can't hurt.
Very cool. So Discmania Challenge, was good to watch. Then we quickly jump over to the PCS Open, which was on the weekend. The winner of the MPO was
Hammies. My boy Hammies.
Yeah, who looked pretty solid after the first couple of rounds. I think he was just in the lead going to last round, but on very tight on his heels was Gannon. And Nicholas Antilla's in the mix there too. But yeah, Hammy's just kept pushing, kept going, and gets a 2-stroke win. Here's a name I did not recognise. Mio Hamalainen. Who's rated 10-12 and played very well and takes second. Just
PDJ number in the 200s. He's probably 15 years old.
Yeah. And then there was quite a few ties for third, but there's a few names that I haven't seen there much as well. Is Daniel Davidson and Laurie Letton's up the top there a bit too.
Good to see Lowry back.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. And again, like big names that are not pushing the envelope, like Calvin Heimberg, Gannon Burr, AB, Nicholas Antilla. They're sort of down towards that 10 mark. So pretty solid performance by.
Is it the
Hammies.
same Kevin Jones?
It is.
It used to be, yeah, right. I thought he'd given the game away. Good to see him up in third.
Yeah, he's not, I don't know, ever since the last, 2 years, would you say, Tim?
Ever since he left Prodigy, would you say?
Yeah.
Can't throw his flippy
almost.
red D3.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Pro Master Worlds was on the weekend as well.
Goodness me. How many US comps are there?
Hang on. We didn't talk about FBO. We got to talk about FBO quickly for the PCS.
Very quickly. Evelina got a good win. Kristen chucked a lot of obese. She seemed to be playing very, very well, and she looked like she was charging away. And then her last 2 rounds,
she
had multiple penalties, just costing her the win.
Kristen going into the final round with a 6-stroke lead. I would have put good money on that. That's a gimme.
Evelina beat her by 9 shots and won by 3 ultimately in that final round. So that was, yeah.
And it really didn't start to happen until hole 9 or 10 in that final round.
Yep.
It happened real fast. A couple of unlucky OBs. Evelina sinking putts. It was a great watch. Really good watch. A chase down.
I don't know if I would have thought I'd say that 3 months ago. Evelina sinking putts and Kristen choking.
Yeah.
There you go.
And interestingly, second tournament in a row, I think that Evelina's been given a sword as a trophy.
There you go.
Yeah.
I see what you're referring to there.
I prepared one thing and that was it.
And it was worth the trip. All right. So, over the weekend we had the PDGA Masters Worlds, which went down very, very well. I did manage to catch a little bit of this, but in the MP40, we had Paul Oman big tall Paul, have an absolute stellar final round, 10.75 with an ace to go to a playoff with Dutch Napier, and he took the win in that playoff. Pretty unreal scenes, to be honest.
Dutch Napier, is that a name?
Dutch Napier. Yeah, I've played with him at
Double
USDGC.
Dutch Napier. Sounds like a place.
Yeah, sounds like a settlement in WA back in the 1800s.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I don't think he's Dutch. Well, if you're wondering.
I wasn't wondering. Yeah. I was wondering whether that was a real person.
But yeah, super nice dude. But unreal win by big tall Paul, the Poe man.
Got the sick ace too.
Yeah.
Gotta love I think it was blind, that basket, just hearing the chains and celebrating.
Yeah, he didn't know.
So good.
Yeah.
Cut the hair off too.
Is he really? I just assumed that was tightly tied at the back. So he's gone.
Yeah, no, it's got full nice little barber cut and looks like an adult now. It's really cool.
Very nice dude. I know he was there in New Zealand when I was there.
Yeah. Well, I did see a photo of Simon Feasy. Feasy was over there and took a photo with him. So, yes, they must be mates, which is pretty cool. In the FP40, we saw Owen Scoggins take the win, 3 strokes over Jennifer Allen. Very nice for an Owen. In the MP50, Johnny McRae, which, I don't know, man. Is this like the 6th year running that he's won MP50? Even with that heart attack. He's
almost died last year and he's just coming back and still shredding.
Brian Schwebe's in that mix too, which is pretty cool. Nice one from Johnny. MP50, Juliana Corver, 10-stroke win over Des Redding, which is awesome to see Des still playing. MP50 was Kevin Babbitt. Lydie Helgren wins the MP55. And do we want to go down all the way to...
No, there's a stack of divisions, but it's good to see just a dedicated Masters World Championships. Oh, mate. Awesome stuff. Presented by Zuka, because we all know they need the carts.
Yeah. Here's a great name, though, Tim, in the MP70, because you mentioned Dutch. Randy Beers.
Randy Beers.
Randy Beers.
Straight out of South Park. All right, Paddy, that's too much US stuff for my liking, though. We need to get cracking into the Australian tour because we had a couple of events, and I played them both, actually. And last weekend we had Melbourne Celebrates, which was a double tournament over 2 days. The first day one saw Richard Lewis Shell get a 3-shot win over Mike van der Linden in MA50. FA50, Sue Donnelly had a win. Although it looks like neither of the ladies played round 2, so maybe we call that one a tie with Rosalind Crisp. FA2, Kim Michelle had a win over Margaret Trail. MA3, Carlton Clerk had a win over Zach Schlofel. And Johnny Martin and Braden Boyack and Adam Spears and Lewis Penhole all tied for second.
Wow.
MA4, Matt Mutter had a win.
What was the prize? How do you split
that $25 flying disc store voucher split 6 ways? They can all buy a mini. MA4, Matt Mutter had a win in a playoff over Philip Hall. FA4, Simone McNate had a win over Lyndon Naylan. And FJ15, Mia Daniels had a win.
Nice.
The main event was day 2 with all the big divisions. And Paddy, we both played it. It was a cracking day.
I was a bit jealous to not play the Saturday because the weather looked perfect.
It did. We had the. It wasn't as bad as last year, fair to say, but it was pretty tough going out there. Very cold.
Yeah.
I wore tracksuit pants. I haven't played in trackies for a couple of years at least.
Yes. I didn't have much fun. The first round was okay. I think I shot like maybe just 1,000 rated. I think it might have actually come in 999. Not a
Yeah,
DNF.
999 shafted. And these are the official ratings processed. You got shafted there, Paddy.
Yeah, I did.
Almost
I did.
1,000. They've given out 2 999s. They gave one to the winner, David Perry, with a 4-shot win over Marcus Falotta, and yourself tied in second.
His second round was 999.
Second round, 999.
Oh,
Yep.
That's cruel.
Absolute shaftings.
That's awful. Yeah. No, I didn't have much fun that second round. But
Yeah, why not?
I'd just come off 3 weeks of illness. Wrapped up the final week which was after the last pot. I got flu A from my son, George.
times.
Thanks, George. Probably should not have played. I managed to somehow get through that first round. Felt awful the second round, and then working on Monday was equally not fun.
I mean, the course is fun though. They made Kaylin
But-
Haramis and the Melbourne crew made a few changes to the course, and they were good. They were fun.
100%. Outside of my personal health issue, it was a lot of fun. I do like the changes that they did. Bundura, we've harped on a little bit about Melbourne finding a location to actually put in a high-level course. I'm not going to harp on anymore. I'm finding it because you found it. It's Bundura. You've got all the space in the world to build something big out there. Do it. Get something in the ground because it's pretty cool.
Very good stuff. I lost to Ryan Michelle, which is never fun. But look, we went in this one, we raw dogged it. Hadn't had a throw in 5 weeks. Just rocked up there, gave it a crack, and I had fun.
Yeah.
Even though the weather was not fun. FPO, anyway, I digress. Claire Hussey had a win over Sarah Lee, which was, I believe, one of our wages, was it not, Paddy?
Yeah, so we did have a few wages.
I'll just shout out the
want to do
winners?
the shout-outs and then we'll go back to it?
I'll shout out the winners. MP40, Ruben Berg had a 5-shot win over Darren Staith Smith. MA1, Penn Lou had a 2-shot win over Chris Scott. A couple of up-and-comers shredding that division. MA40, Anthony Magan had a win over Peter Morgan. FA40, Margaret Trail had a win. MA2, Lachlan McKenzie over Thomas Jankar. And MJ15, Marcus Davies over Charlotte Davies. Personal family stoush in that one by the looks of things.
Very nice. All right, so
Paddy, we had some wages. This was the real comp.
our $1 bets.
How rich am I?
Well, mate, I know going in this, I felt it was the first time we'd done it, and I was very generous. I hope you feel pretty happy about it. But our first one was Daz versus Marcus Valotta. And
Daz versus Marcus, and I'm seeing Marcus with the win.
Yeah.
I had Marcus.
Yep.
Yes,
you did
please.
have Marcus. Then the next was Ryan Michelle versus Tim Bowen. I had Rye. Got the chocolates
I
there.
almost got him late too, but the power of the lefty just overtook me late. Very lefty friendly going into the last few holes out there. I'm going to have a chat about Kaylin about that.
Yeah, it's from the guy who doesn't throw a backhand ever in his life. The next one, I'm curious because I don't know the result of this, but I had Ronalds. You had Parrish.
Chris Ronalds at -4, Parrish at +5. What? Oh, man.
Thank you, Ronalds.
I played
Thank
with
you,
Parrish.
Ronalds.
I played with Parrish first round, and he was, pardon my French, shit. He was awful. He was putting 0 spin on the putts. They were dropping short from 2 meters, and I know Parrish is way better than that.
Yeah.
So I can't help but think that you just colluded and somehow offered him 50 cents to try and win 50 cents, Paddy.
Ronalds has been listening. He's my boy now. He's my tip.
I don't know how. That's astonishing that Parrish lost that one. 864 round one, mate. No bueno.
Oof, that one's dropping off.
But then you gave me Huss.
I gave you Huss over Sarah.
Easy
and
money. It was on 9 strokes in the
Mate,
end.
we played with Sarah in the first round. There was some signs. It was looking all right. But yeah, Sarah Lee has been playing a lot of Ultimate. She a bit rusty in the old disc golf department. But
I was looking for the foot faults, but I didn't need him in the end. Sarah was getting enough bogeys without the help.
so, and then our final one. So we're both $2 a piece. We're even. Our final, the tiebreaker, I had Alan Brunsting and I gave you Tim Ware.
Okay, and I did have a chat. I didn't look at the scores, but Alan said I was never going to win that one. You did well getting Tim. He reckons he's changed his form and he's not caring about the scores, just working on the form, which is good to hear from Al.
Yeah.
So I got Alan at +6 and Tim Ware at +3. Easy money.
Ooh.
Pay the man.
That's closer than I thought it was, though.
Yeah,
honestly.
I actually thought I cleaned up. I knew I lost my matchup, but I thought I had the other $4.
All right, there you go. So what was it? $2 to me, 3 to you.
Easy
Easy
money.
cash. All right, moving on.
Moving on, we had just go down. We had the Disconnection Queensland Open 2025, and Dave Perry, fresh off a win at Melbourne, celebrates, gets a one-shot win over the big dog Austin D'Alessandro and a 3-shot victory over Blake Houston in MPO. Fantastic stuff. This I was there, finished my round nice and early because I was on one of the early cards for some reason. Could have been the fact that I was languishing in 20th place, but it was awesome to see. It came down to the wire.
Well, I'm happy to have a bit more of a chat to Perry about it when we get him on the phone. But Tim, overall, the event, what did you think?
It was sick. The weather was amazing. It was like 20 with no rain, no wind. Or maybe a little tiny bit of wind, but just enough to make it interesting and not torturous.
Yeah.
And that is my favourite course in Australia, Pine Rivers.
Yeah.
Absolutely had a blast.
It's good fun.
It doesn't favour me at all. Like they are some very long holes. I will have you know I birdied the big dog 140 metre par 3 though. That was
yeah, nice.
Got it in I think the second round, and I rock up to the pracky area on
With a
round 3.
backhand or a forehand?
Backhand.
Okay.
So I think it's 140, and I put it to about 13 metres, I want to say.
okay.
But like in the perfect spot, just
Yeah.
right on a line and hit the C2.
Yeah,
but as
nice.
soon as I rocked up to the pracky green, a few boys had seen the scores, and they just assumed I'd thrown it in from 50. They're like, Timmy, what happened on that hole? And I was like, well, boys, I'm apparently a bit of a big dog these days.
Yeah, 100%.
But boy, like playing that course, people throw so far these days. Like I'm talking your Nath Parishes, his forehand goes an absolute mile. I already know the power of Ryan Michelle, but playing with people like Atticus, Leith Brody, they just have effortless distance. And I've come out of that event going like, okay, I've got as far as I can without trying to work on my form and just using my arms. I need to work out how you use your hips to make the disc go further.
Yeah,
It's all in the hips, mate. How does it work?
it is.
I don't use my hips.
I can't
Well,
use
you
my
should.
hips.
After this event, Parrish was like, geez, my hips are sore today.
Yeah.
I'm like, mine are great. My arms are a bit sore. Hips are fine. So I don't know. I don't know how they do it, but boy, they throw far.
Yeah.
Even Leith, you just like, he just walks up and piffs a forehand 120, 125 metres.
Oh, I mean, it helps if you've been, in the pool swimming, working on your back muscles for, I don't know, how old's Leith? 34 years?
That's what Nath does as well. So maybe that's
Yeah.
maybe that's the pool.
That's
Well,
a lot of lap
I did want to
time,
shout
because-
Nath out, actually, because he had a pretty solid couple rounds. Like, he did drop off towards the end, but he was in the top 10 after round 1. And I think he held that just in the end of round 2, but just, fell a bit apart at the end. But, pretty solid from Nath, and he had some good bloody putting.
He was pretty flat though. Lost to me in the last round. He had a very, very bad last round and just snuck down under
Mate.
me by 1.
Look at this. Look in 17 putts, C1,
Oh, that's
C1
huge.
putting, 100%.
Yeah, he's killing it.
Yeah.
Absolutely killing it.
How good is that?
But back to the event. I just want to shout out the Queensland crew because they really did an amazing job. Jason Vidu as the TD and Nathan Thomas as the assistant TD.
Yeah.
The course was sick. They added they got rid of the little dinky island hole and added in a absolute brute of a hole 18.
Yes.
Which was super tough, and also tweaked hole 17, merged sort of hole 16 and 17 from last time around into this really difficult par 3.
I mean, speaking of 18, I think we need to shout him out. I think Blake Houston
Got the
was
solo birdie.
the only
Yeah.
birdie for the whole tournament on it.
And I was going to shout myself out as the only 7, but Bainey joined me in that last round with a clean 7.
Oh, he's
is not fun.
He's a good bloke.
But the boys did a great job, and the pro purse was tasty as well. Paid down to 9, and ninth was a good bit of cash. So well done to those boys. I'm sure Mikey Hare in ninth place is very appreciative.
Yeah, and we're talking like hundreds of dollars for fourth, fifth. It really got stacked all the way down, which is pretty cool. But
yeah, it felt like this felt like a eruption level event. This one, and heaps of fun.
Yeah, and Ash and I were kind of talking about it on the way here. I think it's because it's back at the one. It's a good course.
Yeah, like
it's at the same place. You're just building on a good area.
I enjoyed the golf course one last year. I know it had its sort of teething issues with those bunkers, and I think the pro purse kind of disappeared late mysteriously, which was a bit of a shame, but I think that was the golf course related. But, I mean, this is great. Just if they keep building this brand of Pine Rivers and Queensland Open up there, it'll become another eruption.
100%.
Chuck it in the middle of the year when the weather's awful down here, and I'm more than happy to escape up to Queensland.
Yeah.
But, look, we need to push on and shout out the other divisions.
Yep.
MP40, Paulie Phillips had a one-shot win over Chris Palazzi and Ryan Johnson in third place. FP40, Cassie Sweeten had a win. Good to see her back and throwing again after that ankle injury that she sustained. And she's been doing a lot of work in the gym, Cass. She's looking fit. So good to see her out there throwing discs again.
Yeah, she's building up for China later this year, which is cool.
MA1, Jack Smith had a two-shot win over Joey Paul.
Big
FA1,
comeback from Joey, though.
Yeah,
Wasn't it?
huge last round to get into second place. What did he shoot? A 63. So, and a 62 in round 2, which is good numbers to move up into second place. FA1, Leah Manning had a 5-shot win over Sarah Champness.
I was watching this too. Leah's playing some good golf.
Absolutely, she is. MA40, Matt Beard also got a nice win, 7-shot win over Mitch Graham.
Actually, I did have a question. There were different layouts. Yeah?
There were 3.
Okay.
So don't look at the raw scores here because they were wildly different. But it's awesome. They were suitables for the divisions.
Yeah.
I
That's
definitely
great.
should have played MA3. But nevertheless,
MA3 played the hard layout 2
MA2
years
then.
ago.
I should have played MA2. Oh, it goes worse. MA4. I should have played MA4. FA40, Joanne McCamish had a huge win over Sarah O'Shaughnessy.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Joanne.
Goodness.
Now, MA50, this is David Eames that I'm looking at here.
It is.
Eamesy.
Yeah,
This is Gates.
Mate, it's
Gate.
Deemsy.
I've seen a hell of a lot of green in round 3. What on earth am I looking at here?
Is that
11 down. He shot 11 down in the last round. This is Eamesy.
Yeah.
I've met Eamesy.
Same Eamesy.
Did you know he had this many birdies in him, Ash?
I did. What happens?
How many in a row here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He went 10 in a row.
Yeah, I've seen him do it. It's what we call going full Eamesy. He just, I texted him congratulations after the event and just said, mate, congratulations, great final round. That must have been incredibly frustrating for the other blokes on your card to watch because
Absolutely.
he is sinking 15, 18 metre putts. He's bouncing off trees. But like you can't bounce off trees to get to 11 down. So it's obviously a huge round from Eamesy.
yeah?
Bogeyed 2 holes as well. That is red hot.
He bogeyed the last and bogeyed the second.
That's
Still
La
managed
Flama
it.
Blanca, the white flame right there. Huge by Eamesy. Got to shout out Richard Lewis Shell, second place finish as well.
Yeah.
After
He's
a
been
win at
doing
Melbourne
some work,
Celebrates.
Richard
Yeah.
Lewis Shell,
Yeah.
Tanya Behan also had a win, 11-shot win over Brenda Ryan in FA50.
So that's
The couple power. I like
Mm-hmm.
it.
That's a full caravan on the way home. It's just brimming with silverware.
Hopefully silverware and not
Yeah.
Something-
No, move on. No, we're all thinking. Move on.
What?
Move on.
MA2, Jesse Champness had a 2-shot win over Kieran Goltz. FA2, Tanise Dark had a win. MA3, Callum McKay, unrated, but had a nice win over Dustin Shorter and Riley Pedler and Zach Ringswald and Paul Burwell. Lots of ties in second place. FA3, Ash Dooley had a win over Grace Irwin. MA4, Darwin Taylor had a 2-shot win over Craig Ferguson Hanna. FA4, Sarah Whitehouse had a win over Camille Harzem. MJ15, Tasman Shaw over Reed Taylor. And FJ15, Lily Nicholson Love picks up another trophy. She wins everything, Lily.
Very
Good
nice. Unreal. Well, I'm keen to get Perry on the phone, I think, and have a bit of a chat. Before we do that, do we want to do any picks or tips? We've got Crockhole this weekend.
Let's do some tips for Crockhole, shall we? So we're looking at Disc Golf Pro Tour Crockhole Open presented by Latitude 64 back in Norway. Highest rated player, we've got Gannon Burr, Ricky, Calvin, Isaac, AB, Nicholas Antela and Paul Macbeth. Seen Paul Macbeth's post? He just turned 35 and he reckons he wants to retire from disc golf at 40.
Yeah,
but he's cracking in for these last 5 years. And
retire from disc golf at 40. Mate, that's when
it gets good.
That's when it gets good again. He starts winning.
Someone let him know there's this division called MP40.
Yeah, exactly.
And once you turn 40, you automatically become the new Gannon Burr of MP40.
Honestly.
You're the youngest player in the division.
As soon as you turn 30.
I'm hanging out, mate.
You're ready for MP40.
I'm hanging out. I'm hanging out.
Paul Oman just won it. Poor Mr. Macbeth. Like, pay attention, mate.
Yeah.
Who do we like, though?
Oh, mate.
It's Crockhole. Crockhole's the...
I like Ricky. I like Ricky for Crockhole.
I'm going Macbeth. I can't go past the post.
Yep. If he's already talking about retirement, man, nah. He's in the wrong mindset. He's in the wrong mindset.
Who do you like, Ash?
I like Nicholas Antela, but with Lowry Lettinen as a bit of a smoky there.
Bit of a dark horse.
Yeah,
Like a
I
smoky?
just think he's due. He's back. He's been up there most of the European events. So Lowry Lettinen, watch him.
If we're chucking in a smoky, I'm going to say Sully Tipton. He's having a stellar year. What kind of smoky are you going?
I like Isaac Robinson. No, as a smoky, I don't know. Let's have a look. I mean, can I go Adderhold? Is that a smoky?
Of course you can.
I'll take him. Let's go.
He's feeling hot.
Hopefully he can leave the Norwegian ladies aside and focus on the tourney for this one and just put in a good shift for me. FPO.
We've all seen that towel video.
FPO. Who do we like? I mean, I don't think she's going to win, but I want to see Paige Pierce finish in the top 3.
Yeah, I reckon
playing some good disc golf.
That's pretty solid. Yeah, she's been like sort of top 5 to 10 the last few events.
Just needs to get to C2 and then she's sorted.
I think to get the win is going to be silver. I think she's got the mental edge and the skills at the moment.
Mental edge.
Yep. She just the monkey's off the bat.
Mate, she looks like she's about to break down and cry every time the camera's on her.
Oh, so disgusting.
I don't know. It's just her like demeanor and her facial expressions.
Mate,
she looks like there's a lot of pent up energy there.
The only guy smiling is KJ Noble.
Yeah, you're right. You're not wrong. Who knows? It's a raffle.
Yeah.
At this stage.
I'm gonna back her up after a 3rd place finish. I think Annika Sten.
Yeah.
Clean. Let's just get it done.
Yeah. Smoky wise, I'm going to say Cadence.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. Any smokies for you, Tim?
Smokies? Oh, look,
Sophia?
not really. I think we were watching Annalie Chujas Manistay. She was on one of the lead cards for one of the last rounds, so we'll pick her.
All right. I like it. All right. We talked enough. Let's try and get Perry on the phone and talk more about Queensland.
We just called to have a chin wag. We just called to have a chat with friends. We just called to talk some disc golf and to catch up on the latest disc golf trends.
All right. And on the phone, David Perry, DP Peaches. We've got him back on. We're keen to talk about Queensland Open for sure, Dave. But first, welcome back to the pod. How are you going, mate?
Yeah, I'm doing really well, thank you. Thanks for having me. It's good to be back.
Trophy cabinet must be getting pretty chockers right now, DP. You've obviously got the Aussie Champs title under your belt. You've got the Queensland Open under your belt. And more importantly, you've got a Melbourne Celebrates Day 1 trophy on the shelf, mate. So fair to say you're in a rich vein of form right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I'm running out of space in my room.
Oh, there we go.
You just buy extra luggage allowance when you fly into state for a tournament now, do you, David?
Yeah, well, to be honest, it was a bit of a struggle getting the trophy in the bag. It's quite a big one.
Was that pineapple?
Good problem to have, though, mate. And look, we have you in the category of where every time we go to a comp, we're aware of like your Aussie Ds, your Jade Brady's, your Lukey Baines. You're kind of the dark horse that we forget about. because we don't see you at all of the sort of little middling comps. But then when you pop up, you're just putting in 10, 20 averages. What's the secret, mate? Are you out there playing rounds every day? We're working out every day. We're practicing putting every day. What's the secret regime that you've got hiding?
Well, it's a secret for a reason, Timmy.
Oh, this is why we got you on the pod, Dave. I need to know the secret.
I mean, it's called squatting. Yeah, every day.
No, but to be honest, my practice at the moment is definitely quality over quantity.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
I tried that, but I can't do the quality.
Okay.
Sorry, Dave, go ahead.
I might make it to a course about once a week, but mostly in the field throwing, maybe 2-3 times a week, and then putting in the yard most days. But look, I think a lot of people make the mistake of doing too many rounds in a week, and if you're not, I mean, you can play around and it's not necessarily great practice. So I try and think about what I'm doing when I'm practicing different shot shapes. I might go out in the wind and the rain on purpose.
Do you hear
That takes
Tim?
some dedication,
Do you
mate.
hear that, Tim?
I don't even like going to my letterbox in the rain, Paddy, let alone going out chucking frisbees. But no, thanks for giving us a bit of insight there, Dave.
Yeah, I like it's good. It's practice how you play, and a lot more thought going into that. But Dave, I mean, you had some pretty damn good competition going into the Queensland Champs. Pretty, very close after round one stroke off the lead. Round 2, again, right in the mix. And then round 3, it sort of came together. How did each one sort of go and feel? Did you ever feel like you were quite out of it, or you're just sort of sitting where you wanted to be? Yeah, how did the tournament go and feel for you?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, first round, I think with these 3-round tournaments, I often have the mindset of just get yourself in the mix after that first round.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, it was a little bit of a slow start on the first few, but I was happy with how I strung that round together. Didn't do anything crazy, but just one stroke off the lead. But it was in the second round. I think after 6 holes where I was, you have to fact check, but maybe
no, we've got it in front of us, mate. You were 2 over through 6 holes. Yeah. Not great, especially with Blake Houston absolutely firing. You got Bainey on the card too, and Aussie D. Aussie D looks like he didn't have as great a start, maybe, and Luke Bain obviously firing through the first 4 holes of that round. So was there, what would you sort of bring that, like, were you feeling a bit of pressure going into that?
The nerves were definitely there, but I have found it a bit difficult in tournaments getting a good start in the first few holes. But I think in tournaments past, having that less than stellar start to the second round probably would have affected me quite a lot, and I might not have been able to come back from it. But I mean, I've been able to putting myself in these situations enough time. I've been able to realize that there's still plenty of holes left, and
I mean,
while 3, 4, 5 strokes may seem like a lot in the moment, in the grand scheme of things, it's not. So I've learned to just kind of keep my head down and move on to the next hole. And it was really helpful having caddy Tanya on the bag as well.
Hey, she's a world champ caddy, if you don't mind.
She's starting to get some good street cred there.
More silverware for the caravan.
Yeah.
Now, Dave, round 3 was certainly a nail-biting finish. I think you jumped Austin on hole 15, which was that sort of tunnel par 3. You got the birdie. Yeah. What happened with Austin? He got the bogey. Can you tell us where that bogey stroke came from?
I mean, yeah, it was a little bit unfortunate. I think he overturned it a little bit off the tee, which is the correct miss. You don't want to go left.
Away from the water.
And he was somewhere deep C2, sort of in that right tree line. And I think he gave it a bit of a bid, but it just went a bit long into the scrub. So he didn't have a long putt, but it was very obstructed, and he took his time, but he couldn't quite connect on that.
Yeah, right. And then we move on to hole 16. You and Austin both bogeyed, and Blake parred. So you guys are virtually all tied up at this point in the tourney, or you might have a one-shot lead over Blake tied with Austin. Is that correct?
I reckon
one ahead of Austin, and two ahead of Blake. Yep.
Yeah, maybe a couple on Blake. I think, yeah, one up on Austin.
You guys both found a bogey, though. Hole 16, Paddy, it's a new one. We're throwing from, like, the old hole 16 pad across the water to where the basket was for the little island hole. It's a big shot. I think it's about 105 metres to cover the OB water. And no island green this time, which is a great change.
Yeah, okay.
A tricky hole to get. How'd you and Aussie D find the bogey on that hole, Dave?
Well, firstly, I want to say that I love that hole. I think
It's a great change. It's a toughie.
I mean, it only had one birdie on the day and saw a lot of bogeys.
I hit that green 2 years ago. We've playing to the old one.
Shout out Liam. Brunelli Brondex getting the birdie on that one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, right. Not one I would have expected.
Yeah. I mean, so really, I felt like you're right, Tim. It's come down to sort of from hole 15, so that 14, 15. The back nine seems like it was much harder than the front, but you've got Aussie D basically neck and neck the whole time, but Blake Houston's also in the mix, and Bainey unfortunately dropped off a little bit earlier, but he was right there too.
Sort of came down to 17. Blakey went, unfortunately, OB. Dave and Austin with the birds. So, Dave, you're carrying a one-shot lead going into hole 18, which if you love 16, I'm sure you probably love 18 too. That hole was hard, fair to say. We saw one single birdie for the entire event. It was Blake Houston. But how are you feeling going into 18, knowing that you only had one on Aussie D?
Well, I was feeling as comfortable as could be, obviously. No, in the practice rounds where I first saw that hole, I was just thinking to myself, it better not come down to 18.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I played it pretty well the first 2 days, just getting a par.
Did you go forehand at all, or were you going always backhand down the gully?
No, I was always backhand fairway down the gully. I think it's a little bit safer. Worst comes to worst, you're in that bush or you overturn it, but it often gets a kick out. So
no less than 5 Mandos this hole, Paddy. And you don't want to miss any on the right side, fair to say, because the drop zones were not fun.
Yeah, right.
But also, I took a 7 without missing Mandos. So
yeah, I saw there was a few hockey sticks there. But,
yeah, tricky one, and it's mainly the forehand was the problem, because if you went OB, didn't come back and bounce, you got those nasty stroke and distance penalties, which is what Bainey unfortunately copped.
Yeah, so yeah, who were you keeping a close eye on the scores, Dave? Were you feeling pressure from Austin, Blake? Like, was it just like a bit of a mix, and you just sort of zoned in trying to focus? What was the sort of feeling those last few holes?
Yeah, I think there was a stretch from 12 to 15 where I birdied every hole. And I think that was probably one of the key moments in allowing me to win it. Because, I mean, those holes are all quite, they're definitely not easy. And there's a few tight gap hits, especially 13. I think the moment that I laced that gap, because I don't have a great track record on that hole, I think that helped me get some momentum. And then 14, I also birdied. And then 15 is that tight tunnel, which I also laced. So the drives were feeling quite good, and I was able to carry that into 18, I think, where I wasn't too worried about hitting the gap off the tee. Yeah, so the drives, I felt like I was able to lock in and focus on the drives.
Yeah, nice. Well, no. Look, at the end of the day, mate, you were the better player in that sort of final round, and it was, it's always bloody good to see a Vic get up in another state. So, yeah, great to see you perform. Also, great to see Aussie D back up on the podium, and Blake Houston's been playing great for a couple of years now. So, yeah, awesome,
Dave, I've just got one more question before we let you go, mate. We're talking Westgate Cup these days. Just without thinking too much about it, just who's going to win in your mind right as it stands right now, Melbourne or Geelong?
Oh, boy.
And keep in mind that Geelong encompasses Inverleigh and Ballarat, according to Reese.
Would Dylan Solomon be in there?
100%. If we're playing Westgate Cup, we're putting him in the gym. He's making a Rocky style comeback.
I was going to say, I'll sign him out of the aged care home, and he'll be there.
I'm available too, Dave.
Well, that definitely changes things.
And we're allowing you to wait for Diros and Leo to come back from Europe.
Okay.
But anyway,
sure.
We've had too much to think, mate. What do you reckon?
Look, in AFL, I'm going Geelong all day, but Westgate, I'm back in Melbourne.
Ooh.
Get in, son.
It's on, mate. It's on, mate.
it's
And with
time.
that, Dave, we better let you go, mate. Thanks for coming on the pod, and very well done on your recent wins. We hope to see you at the big ones coming up at Eruption and hopefully champs, but if not, all the best for whatever the future holds.
Yeah, thanks, Timmy. Yeah, I am planning to go to those comps, so that'll be good.
Look out. All right. I think we might have
Thanks, boys.
woken Dave up to actually be a part of that. But yeah,
He's a
unreal.
laconic man.
Yeah, good to hear a bit of those insights, and man, unreal win from the young fella. He's having a great breakout year, and I think there's going to be some more wins to come. That's for sure.
It's flipped a switch, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think it has. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, Paddy, I've only got a few more minutes to hang around. I'm going to tread on the basketball court tonight. Can we have a little quick peek at the Dream 18?
Yeah, I think so. And I'm happy to whip through this. So we did the first 3 holes last episode. We got 4, 5, and 6. I'm happy to whip through them. Ash, chime in as you feel. But hole 4, Tim. What did we land on?
My immediate thoughts were we like the Poimina one, although it's a softer birdie.
Yeah, softer par 4.
Western, no, I don't like it. It's that dual lane sort of par 3
wide-
job. Not a fan.
I haven't seen him settle on anything with that. Yeah.
Mundaring from the trees across the fairway into the trees again.
Very honourable mention. I
Not a bad
like
hole.
it. A good hole. It's one. Actually, that's a pretty solid par 4.
Wallaby Hill is similar, but I copped a lost disc re-tee penalty on that hole. So that
Oh no, I think Wallaby Hill's that short par 3
it's
up
the short one.
So
You're right.
that's
hole
out.
5.
That is out.
Red line through it for hole 5 as well
Yep.
because we're not loving that hole. I like Inver. Just a simple par 3.
Challenging little basket on the hill with a bit of water.
Yeah.
Hazard.
And
Yeah.
I think in second place is Crater for me, the Tombstone hole. Just kind of like that hole.
Yeah.
Look, I think we've had a couple of par 4s already, so I'm kind of liking the feel of Inver. Maybe a little bit biased, but having a par 3 in there that's a bit challenging. I like that
Par
one.
3 where you have to control how your disc lands on the ground.
And it's gettable for players of most levels too. I'd come down the highway to challenge the Inverleigh simping, but I can't in this case. I reckon it's a good fit.
Okay.
Here's a question. So Ryan Hart aced that hole. Was that a good shot
No,
or a bad shot?
Bad shot.
Yeah, I said that.
Yeah.
And
mean,
Dave was
forehand,
"Get it
backhand.
winning." Yeah.
It's epic, but
Backhand.
Still bad.
Yeah.
it's a miss. It's a miss.
Great ace. Great one to get.
Great ace. Yeah. All right. Moving on. Hole 5. I've got 2, Poimina and Western. So Western is Crush Rock, the par 4.
Yep.
You might get bitten by a bull end on it, but
Might.
pretty solid par 4. And then Poimina is the iconic at the top of the course, throwing down to a basket elevated on the little pitch there. Par 3, I reckon this is pretty tough for me, to be honest. They're both really solid holes.
Out of those two, I'm picking Crush Rock. I think hole 5 at Poimina sees a lot of pars. So I'm going with Crush Rock, the par 4.
Yep, I'm happy to back that up.
Ash?
Is hole 5 at Wallaby the forehand down, dual lane Jurassic Park style hole?
That is the one
Yeah.
that I lost a disc on. Had to trundle up. It was my second hole of the tourney and I'm taking a re-tee. Oofed.
Yeah, that hole at Wallaby Hill was the first time I went, oh yeah, this course has got something going on.
Disc was
So
in the
it's-
middle of the fairway
Okay.
too, mind you.
Okay.
That was lost.
All right.
I think that one does see quite a lot of birdies. It's a pretty gettable birdie.
It's a bit scrambly for me. There's no clear landing area in that.
We're going
Wallaby Hill one.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy to go Western, but
Yeah.
I think Wallaby is a very honourable mention though. That is a fun hole. All right, and then we've got hole 6. I have thrown in Inverleigh. This
Par 5.
Par
Dogleg.
5, big zigzag.
Yep.
Par 5, cool basket, cool concept for a hole. There's not many that you have like a dogleg right and then a dogleg left. But yeah, if any other thoughts?
Wallaby Hill's a pretty cool hole, to be honest. You're throwing like directly uphill. There's that big sort of hidden spike hyzer line, or you can throw a flex forehand. It's a tricky little hole. Mm-hmm. What's the hole? It's a new hole at Western.
Western's out. Mundaring's not too bad.
Western wasn't bad, mind you. That par 3 through the trees downhill. Freshy.
I don't know.
Crater Lakes, is that the one they altered last year? Combine the two holes together?
Crater Lakes is
definitely-
pretty solid.
Is that one, or is that
Tough.
the turnover?
No,
Yeah, it's the altered one, yeah.
the par 4.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. No.
Over the road. It's
4
got
tombstone, 5
know,
down.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's the one
Yeah.
down. I like that one down. I think it was a good addition.
No, thank you. That needs work, that hole.
It does need a
Yep.
bit more work. The concept's there, but it's not in.
What's Mundaring?
Just here to push buttons.
What's Mundaring hole 6?
On the gold, it's the one where Ricky Wysocki threw that roller eagle.
Yeah, not a huge fan of that hole either.
I'm not sure. On the black, I can't quite remember. I think it's the par 4 that goes all the way uphill. You sort of play. I mean, it describes most of the whole swing.
Hole 6, cheeky forehand at Poimena.
Yeah.
Say that one all day.
Nah.
I mean,
think
Inverleigh, the
it's gotta
par 5 is pretty sick.
I think it's got to be Inver.
Yep. Still remember Ryan Hart?
What about
getting,
Pine Rivers? What
That's what I'm
was
thinking.
Pine Rivers, hole 6.
Oh, Pine Rivers hole 6.
Is that the one, the turnover out and then around onto the...
It's kind of not a bad little hole. Definitely
island.
one you want to get. There's a lot of OB on the left. Has it around the basket. But
It's a short par 3.
it's a par 4. And it's a short par 4. Gettable hole.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know the one.
I mean, it's definitely a fun hole.
forehand, the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the tee shot, you can throw literally anything and not really be out of birdie play. So I'm going to have to say hole 6 Inverleigh is a good tip, Paddy. I remember when Ryan Hart got the... I know we're talking the golds, but I saw him get a legit albatross on the whites.
On the gold? Oh, no, on the whites.
On the whites. But still.
It's still insane.
Insane drive, like big turnover drive, and then he threw it in from 90 metres,
Yeah, that's sick.
which is,
All right, can
unbelievable.
we rethink hole 4 in that case then?
Why?
Jimmy.
2 Inverleigh holes.
Yeah, and 2 Ryan Hart specials.
Hey, look,
We're not biased at all,
We're
Ash.
open. If you come to us with a genuine suggestion, something that's up there, I don't want to hear any more about hole 2 at whatever it was, Stony.
Oh, hole 4 is pretty
but
good.
if you come in with a genuine suggestion, we'll change it.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Otherwise, I think that's pretty solid. All right. Well, I think that's really all the time we have at the moment. Tim's got to get off to basketball and hopefully not roll an ankle. Thank you, Timmy, for joining. Ash, thanks for making the trip down again.
Love it.
Appreciate it, mate.
Pleasure.
And big shout out to Dave for waking up from his early bedtime and coming.
He's probably on the course practicing, mate. That's the secret.
He's probably just
The
putting.
secret sauce is just
putting.
practice.
Funny that. All right. Well, big thank you for listening to another episode of The Tee Off. Please make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Please send in any questions or follow-ups or topics you'd like us to discuss. Until next time, we hope you get out and play some disc golf with your mates.
So that's the end of the episode. Thanks for listening. I don't know why you're still here. We have to go see our families. Seriously, just go play disc golf.